Hey everybody, welcome back. They thought no one was filming, but they were. They were.
We listen and we don't judge.
I can't fucking make this up if I tried.
Okay, now that a couple hours have passed and I have come to terms with what has happened to me, I am ready to share a story time about why I went to a hair appointment earlier today to get box braids and I came back with my hair looking like this. I got to my hair lady's house before 3 p.m. So a little bit early, but actually before I tell you about when I got there, let me tell you that this morning I messaged her. So this morning I sent her a picture of the extensions I bought, one of the packages, and I said, hey, I got 3 of these packages. Let me know if this is like enough or if I should stop on the way to get some more. She doesn't answer. She doesn't actually even read it. So I'm like, okay, whatever. I still have the appointment. I've already sent a deposit. I'm still going to go. Like, it doesn't matter. If anything, there's a hair store close by. I'll just get some if I need more. And so fast forward, I get to her building and I'm there maybe like 10 minutes early. So I like wait a little bit because I'm like, I don't want to be too early. So I wait a bit and then I try buzzing her once. She doesn't answer. I wait a couple minutes and then I try buzzing her again. It goes straight to voicemail. So then I message her and I say, hey, I'm downstairs and I'm trying to buzz you in. I'm trying to get buzzed in, but it's not, like, it's going straight to voicemail. She doesn't read it. So at this point, I'm like, okay, it's 3 p.m. and like the appointment's I'm now going to be late to appointment I was early for because you're not answering me. So someone is leaving the building. So I go inside and I go upstairs to her unit and I knock on the door. Her son opens the door. And I know this is her son because I've had her do my hair before and like he had come home during my appointment. So I know that like she introduced this person to me as her son.
Okay.
Her son looks like a teenager. He opens the door and he doesn't say anything. So I'm just like, hey, like I'm here for my hair appointment with your mom. I look past him through the door and I see like a couple people sitting on a couch. So I'm like, checking the time, like it's 3 p.m. Like, why are there people in the house if like I'm obviously going to be getting my hair braided? A lady on one of the couches in the back says, come inside. And I go, okay. I walk in. I kick off my shoes. I still have my jacket on. I'm literally walking in with a pink Clore bag with my extensions. They go, you can sit over there. They point to the couch. I go and sit. I want to say there's about 10 people in this house. 10. And none of these people is my hair lady. So it's silent. It's awkward. I'm like, what the hell is going on right now? What is going on? And no one's talking. And then the same lady that told me to come inside goes, so you were supposed to have an appointment today? And I'm like, yes, Saturday at 3 p.m. Now I'm starting to question, like, am I crazy? Like, what is going on in here? She goes, well, she's dead. What?
That's not where I thought this was going.
She's dead. She passed away. Tuesday or Wednesday, she passed
Hold
away.
on. Oh, no wonder she wasn't answering. Oh, wait.
I have never been so shook in my life. I've experienced a lot, but never this. Never anything like this. I'm sitting in my hair lady's house with her family.
Hold on.
They were just mourning. I come in, kick off my little Uggs, and sit down on the couch for them to sit me down and say, your hair lady has passed away. She is dead.
So why are you there? Why are you there?
She's dead. I don't even know what to do. So I'm like, oh, I'm so sorry. Like, that's literally how I sounded because I was I was astounded. I didn't even know how to react. I'm like, I am so sorry. Like, I'm sorry for your loss. They're looking at me and they're like, yeah, she's gone. And I was like, I'm so sorry. And then I'm just like, no one's saying anything at this point. I'm still sitting down. No one is saying anything. Everyone's just looking at me. And I giggled. Okay, well, I'm just gonna go.
Right.
I picked up my pink Chlore bag, put on my Uggs, and walked out. Yeah. So that's why I spent all this time this morning getting ready to do my hair, only to come back and it's actually still like how I left the house with it. So I'm processing this. It's actually a traumatizing experience. I just want to say to tell your braiders that you love them more often.
Okay, yeah.
Because in an instant, you could be sitting down in their living room and their family's telling you that they passed away. I'm so traumatized. Please keep me in your prayers.
I definitely will. All of my prayers. My goodness. That was not where I thought this story was going at all. I thought that she like totally blew you off or something. Like in my head, that would like happen to me and I'd be so mad. I'd be like, what the hell? Like she totally like missed my appointment. She's obviously double booked me. Like, what is this? What is she doing? Like, what is this woman doing? Like, oh, she's not even here? Like, what do you mean? What do you mean? Oh, she's dead. I'm so sorry. That's crazy. And the fact that you like went into the appointment, nobody tells you what's going on. They invite you in, you take your shoes off, you're expecting to get your hair done. And then everybody's kind of sitting around, not saying a word. Why did they let you in? I'm so confused. Why did they let you in? Oh my goodness. Oh, weird. Oh my. I would feel so guilty. It's like in my head, I'd be so mad. Why aren't you answering me? No, oh, I'm so sorry to hear. Why couldn't they tell you that at the door? Literally, like, what the fuck? Why am I so confused about that? I don't know. Why did they invite you in? I thought you were gonna say all those people were waiting for appointments too. No, literally, because like that's what you're going to someone's house and they're doing appointments on other people. I'd be even more pissed because it's like, oh, look at you, you're backed up. You got all these freaking people here waiting to get their hair done. Guess I'm not getting my hair done today. It's gonna be a while. Oh my goodness. The secondhand embarrassment is strong with that one. I'm sorry, but what do you even do in that situation? What do you even do? Oh. POV, your 75-year-old mom gets pulled over and almost pees her pants from panic.
I just can't stop here. I'm sorry, officer. I bet I get killed.
The reason I pulled you over, you're going 74 miles an hour in a 55-mile-an-hour speed limit zone.
I didn't think I was going that fast. I really didn't. I think I was going 68, but I can't attest what you're saying. Who are you?
I'm good in you, but you were going 74. My radar did say it. If I could get your driver's license, registration, your proof of insurance, please.
Not her trying to gaslight the police officer. Her eyes be bad. Her eyes be bad. Honestly, the difference between like 68 and 75 is not that different on the barometer. Okay, so yeah.
Are you from Venezuela?
No, ma'am, I'm not.
Oh, that's your name?
Yes.
Really? Well, you want to see this?
Is that your insurance for the car?
I don't know. I know I shouldn't touch you. I know that.
It's fine.
No, I don't think this
Poor
is
thing.
I haven't had a ticket in years, pal, and it's your fault. You want to go in my trunk and see what she made me buy?
It's fine, that's your business.
The cough is so unserious.
You want to go on a date with her? You're making me very nervous, like I'm going to pee in my pants.
They might have a restaurant.
I know. If I'm going to pee, I might as well pee. What the hell?
Just don't do that. So you're not going to jail. If you wouldn't have given me your license, that would have been another story.
Why were you not willing to do that? I don't understand.
Because I don't want a ticket. I haven't had a ticket in years.
Well, I promise you, not giving your license is a lot worse.
I was going to give it to you. You want chapstick? Take them out so they don't die.
I'm not going to jail.
At least I don't have a cage, so you get to ride in the front seat with me.
Oh, that'd be kind of cool. Where's jail, by the way?
It's actually really facility, but it's down in Alamorada.
My God, this is like an hour drive from here.
It is. You're getting a ticket for your suspended license. However,
Suspended license?
it's not updated.
We updated it on the phone, but it's not updated in the system.
It'd probably be faster if you go to the DMV and...
Yeah, in Key Largo. I go there all the time. Those are wonderful people there.
Yes, they are. They're amazing.
The only problem is, lady, you can't drive there.
Why not?
Because your license is suspended.
Because your license is suspended.
So
wait,
she's got to drive you 90.
wait, you have to take my license
But
plate?
I'm not going to for the sake of the plants. I don't want the plants to be homeless.
We have discretion with that. If you guys get everything fixed, the state of Florida will allow you.
She'll say, Kelly, show me your boobs. Let's see how far it gets us.
Your mom is absolutely unhinged. Wait, is this your grandma? No, that's your mom. Oh my goodness. The cop just like could not take her seriously at all. Oh my goodness. I think she genuinely got off easy because she's just so all over the map. This might be a stretch, but I bet she made that police officer's day. Like, that made my day. That was absolutely hilarious. If it was happening to me in the car, I'd be rather embarrassed. But like, let's be honest, she's gaslighting the police officer. She doesn't seem to have a strong grasp of the law. Not a strong grasp. She genuinely thought she was going to jail. She's like, nope, not giving you my info because I don't want to go to jail. Okay, well, that's also illegal, so it's worse, actually. I'm dead. Oh my God, that's so funny. She was interrogating the police officer. And not only that, trying to commandeer him and get him to go on a date with her daughter. She's just so likable at that point. The police officer's like, ugh. It's okay. It's okay. This is so funny. Peeing her pants. Is that your insurance? I don't know. I genuinely feel like almost like people need to take driving tests like every 10 years just to like double check, you know, like just to double check a couple of things, just to make sure we're all up to speed on what's required. Oh, that was a treat. Thank you very much for sharing. What a joy.
Okay, we listen and we don't judge. One time, me and my friends went to Las Vegas and we got so drunk at a pool party that half of us got kicked out, half of us got lost, and it was absolute pandemonium. How did we get so drunk? Because I met this promoter who told me that if we get to this pool party at a certain time, they would give us an unlimited hour of free drinks, an hour of unlimited drinks. Okay,
trouble.
Free. We get there. I was like, say less. Like, I have $30 in my bank account. Like, an hour of free drinks, I will be.
Okay, so just saying, like, just to put this into perspective for people, in Vegas, even like one drink is like $50. I don't blame her. One time I got like a vodka Red Bull because I was so hungover, and they only come in these like massive cups, right? Like these massive plastic cups. And I'm pretty sure that this one drink was like $100 US for one drink. If I had this deal, I would 100% be drinking a lot.
So I show up with my 3 girlfriends and like 7 dudes. All my brother's friends are with me and my brother. And they're like, are you dumb? The promoter thing was just for the girls. The guys cannot get free drinks at a Vegas pool party. And I was like, oh, I guess I should have done that. No worries. So the boys go into the pool and the girls are around this like bar area where the free drinks are happening. And we look at each other and we're like, okay, well, we have 7 dudes who are all like blinking at us thinking they were getting free drinks today. Now they're gonna have to spend like hundreds of dollars if we're gonna be here all day. So we have to come up with a plan to get us all drunk in this hour. We're gonna do a power hour and we're gonna think about this as scientists. Okay, so if each of us go to the bar every 6 minutes and get 2 Long Islands and share that one Long Island, one Long Island for the girls, and we do this in rotation every 6 minutes, all 4 of us do this, we can get a whatever number that is amount of drinks, and we will all get drunk as long as we are chugging and as long as we are diligent about this timing. So we're like, ready, break. So we set our phone alarms for 6 minutes. Every 6 minutes, the 4 girls go up to the bar and we go to different bartenders every time, and we're at 4 different corners of the bar so that they never recognize us and so that we get these drinks. So we
wow.
And we float our way over to the pool, and the promoter was like, you cannot share with the boys. Do not share with the boys. I'll kick you out. And I was like, no worries. I did share with the boys because I'm a nice person and because whatever, okay?
I always find this like super weird. Like I find this like promoter culture like hella weird. Like, yes, I understand like they want like hot girls in the club and stuff. And like, yeah, you probably like, you know, you invited guys and stuff like that. But like, why only can the girls drink? Why? Like, I feel like I know why, and you also know why. There's something very dark about that. Like, I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, I don't know. Anyways, carry on.
We each get our Long Islands every 6 minutes. We're sharing with the boys, we're chugging, sharing with the boys, chugging. We're rotating bartenders every 6 minutes so that no one ever recognizes us. We're never too often that they flag us. And we get our free drinks. So the hour runs up. We're all absolutely wasted. Like,
yeah, Long Island's,
wind,
yeah.
Like, don't know where we are, not sure we're on planet Earth, wasted. Okay, we're having the time of our lives at this pool party. We're dancing, we're splashing, all is well. One of our friends, let's call him Daniel, gets way too drunk. All of a sudden,
yeah.
I'm walking along the pool the floor, and I feel something kind of sharp, and I'm like, oh my God. I pick it up with my feet, and I see it's Daniel's ID. Daniel's legal ID is on the bottom of the Vegas pool.
Of the pool.
I turn to Daniel. I'm like, Daniel, I have your ID. What are you doing? He was like, oh my God. At this point, I realized that Daniel was not using his little waterproof necklace thing that my friend Jenna got us all to put our phone and our ID and money and everything. She told us to put these necklaces on and put all our belongings in there so that our belongings were like attached to us. And they're like little waterproof cases so that they didn't get wet in the pool party. At this point, I realized Daniel doesn't have his little waterproof necklace on. And I was like, Daniel, where's your necklace? And he was like, I'm not wearing that. That's the ugliest thing I've ever seen in my life. I'm not wearing that. And I was like, okay, well, all your belongings are floating around the pool right now, so you might want to think about the necklace. He's like, no, I have everything with me. Sure enough, he goes in his pockets, doesn't have anything. None of his belongings with him. I was like, all of a sudden I look across the pool, there's someone holding up a phone being like, is this someone's phone? Daniel's phone. And
in the pool.
I grabbed Daniel's ID, and then I realized Daniel had really expensive Ray-Ban sunglasses on. And I was like, Daniel, where are your sunglasses? Are no longer on him. I was like, where are your Ray-Ban sunglasses? He was like, oh my God, I don't know. All my belongings like floated away from me. I was like, Daniel, no. Okay, so we look around and I see a girl wearing Ray-Ban sunglasses that look exactly like Daniel's. So I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna go up to her. I go up to her and I go, hey girl, are those your sunglasses? And she goes, mm-mm. And she takes them off and hands them to me. I don't know this girl, but I hope she has the best legs. That was so nice
she didn't have to do that.
Next thing you know, my brother gets kicked out of the pool party. We listen and we don't judge. That was a whole issue right there because he kept putting me on his shoulders, and the lifeguards told him he couldn't do that, and he kept doing it, and so he gets kicked out. At this point, we realized, you know what, this might be a sign from the universe that we should probably get out of this pool. We've been drinking in this pool for like 7 hours. We're all so drunk. We need food. We gone.
Okay, so if it's the pool that I know that I think you're talking about. Okay, so like, you know, there's a couple of different pool places in Vegas. Like this is one of them. And you know, everybody like kind of parties in the pool because Vegas is so hot, right? So like you're in the pool. Okay, this is like honestly the best photo I could find of like how nasty the pool is. Like it's just and then people are just like spilling drinks and peeing because you know people are not getting out of that pool to pee. They're not. They're far more concerned with seeing Diplo's set. So, oh God, I wish I could find this photo. There's this photo that I saw once of like what the Vegas pool party looks like after the day party is over. And when I shit you not, this pool water is actually black. Like it is black. I never go in one of those pools again. I'm telling you this much.
So we all decide we're going to leave. As we're walking out, Daniel's like, I'm going to go to the bathroom. We're like, okay. I leave with my brother. Jenna waits for Daniel. And our other friend Sheila is around them too. Let's call her Sheila. Her name's not Sheila, but we're calling her that for the sake of this story. Jenna goes in the bathroom. Jenna turns around. Next thing she knows, Daniel's nowhere to be found. In the wind, gone. And we're like, where's Daniel? That's weird. He didn't come out of the bathroom. That's weird. She's like, maybe he went back to the hotel. Maybe he's still in the bathroom. She's like shouting, Daniel.
Damn, Daniel.
No Daniel response comes, and she's like, that's so weird. He was just here. Like, where'd he go? No Daniel we found. So they're like, okay, I guess he must be back at the hotel. Like, we should just go back to the hotel. Next thing she know, Jenna gets a text from Daniel, lowercase, all lowercase, help. What? What do you mean?
Help?
What do you mean, Daniel?
Help? In Vegas?
She's like, she's calling him. He does not answer her calls. He keeps declining her calls, and he just keeps texting her, lowercase, help. She starts.
Oh my gosh.
She's like, help, what do you mean? So she's thinking he's like getting kidnapped or something. She starts freaking out. She starts going back to the pool. Daniel's nowhere to be found. She goes to the casino. Daniel's nowhere to be found. She's freaking out, keeps getting texts from him saying help. He keeps answering her call. So she goes into the security, and they let her go into the camera room. So she's like looking at all the cameras looking for Daniel. In the meantime, she tells Sheila, hey Sheila, go back to our hotel room. I bet Daniel maybe is back there, and try to go find him there. Sheila says, aye, Captain, and then goes the complete opposite direction to get herself a meatball sub. We listen and we don't judge. Sheila was taking care of number one. And honestly, we all needed food in that moment.
Fair enough.
It's okay, Sheila. We forgive you.
Honestly, clearly you guys were really hammered, and like the only way that you probably could have found Daniel is if you sober a little bit up, get some food in you. You know, I think that's fair.
Go get yourself a meatball sub. I'm with my brother who got kicked out. Jenna's in a camera room looking for Daniel and all the cameras, and she sees him leaving towards the cab station and walking towards the hotel. So she's like, oh my God, there he is. He seems totally fine, by the way, texting help as if he were like getting handcuffed and thrown into a trunk. He's just walking towards our hotel room and all these cameras. So Jenna calls me and she goes, oh my gosh, I think I found Daniel. I think he's going back to the hotel. Can you go back to the hotel? Sheila was supposed to do it. I'm not hearing back from Sheila. Can you go? And I was like, yes. So I dropped my brother off at his hotel room. Then I beeline back to our hotel room to find Daniel. Calling Sheila, not answering. Calling Daniel, not answering. Jenna and I are both like running towards the hotel room to try to find Daniel. And I get to the hotel room first. And who do I see? Who do I see slumped against the hotel room door? That Daniel. Don't judge. Except he wasn't slumped against our hotel room door. He was slumped against the hotel room door 2 doors down from us. So he just slightly missed our door. He slumped against it, passed out sleeping. I woke up to him. I was like, Daniel, we've been looking for you everywhere. You're texting us help. Like, what is going on? And he just looks up at me and goes, finally. And then I opened the hotel room door. I let him in. At this point, Sheila rounds the corner with her meatball sub. She's like, hey, we found him. And I was like, Sheila, you have no idea the panic we've all had. You're just like driving with your stuff. So whatever. I put Sheila in the hotel room. I put Daniel in the hotel room. And I text Jenna. They're fine. They're both in the hotel room. And I head back to my brother because he needed more assistance. And then Jenna walks in to the hotel room and sees this. And that is Daniel fully passed out in his wet bathing suit on the bed. And Sheila fully passed out back on the floor with her hand in her meatball sub. We listen. And we don't judge. And that's the story of how we saved Daniel's life.
Okay, we listen and we don't like, we do judge a little bit. Like, I'm not gonna lie, we do judge a little bit. You kind of sound like party mom. Like, you sound like rave mom. There's always, like, in a group of friends, there's always someone that's, like, taking care of everybody and, like, making sure everybody gets drunk and, like, looking after people and stuff like that. That's you. You're party mom. I am also party mom, and it's kind of annoying because you end up taking care of, like, puking grown men. But hey, what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas unless you talk about it on TikTok. In which case, damn Daniel. Oh, I went there. Oh, I did. I once ordered 2 Long Islands from a pool party in Vegas and it cost $200. This is what I'm saying. Like, it's expensive as frick, okay? You rinse those promoters for everything they're worth. Let's also take into account though, like, I understand, like, I get the science, I do, but like, let's also take into account that like in Vegas, because the drinks are so expensive, they also load them up with alcohol. And like, I actually forgot how strong the drinks are in the States. Like, when you go to a bar in Ontario, our liquor laws are so strict that like there are these automatic stoppers on bottles that like perfectly measure out 1 shot. And so you're only ever getting like an exact amount of like, you know, 1 or 2 ounces of liquor in like 1 cocktail, right? In the States, they just free pour. They do be free pouring. They're just like 1, 2, 3, 4 and a half, 5, you know?
What happened?
Joseph's lung collapsed, and so I had to give permission for them to stick a straw to get it inflated.
Mm-hmm.
I said, okay. They called me today. I said, why y'all gonna save the lung? He about to die. Y'all are gonna pull the plug at 1 o'clock. Is that not the time that is scheduled for? Mm-hmm. It's 12:40 at this point. Mm-hmm. And lady was like, yes, but we need to save the lung in order to get him to the operating room. I said, what the fuck? He about to die in 20 minutes. Why we gotta save him for 20 minutes? So I said, fine. Give him the straw in the lung, blow the shit up so he could breathe for another 20 minutes, and then it is what it is. Cause he's black, CPT, we didn't even leave at 1 o'clock. We left closer to 1:30. Then they lined the hallways up with all the doctors and the surgeons. This motherfucker wheeled out like a goddamn parade. People were shedding tears as if they knew him.
I'm sorry, I don't mean to laugh.
So we go ahead, we get downstairs, whatever. They bring him into the OR. I'm waiting with my aunt. We're waiting out on the other side. Then we had to put on hazmat suits. It looked like we were from Monsters Inc. 2319.
Not Monsters Inc.
We got these white on. Looked like we were going to go in for surgery. We had hair nets, shoe covers, and a white goddamn 2319 suit. Hazmat suits. So we go in there or whatever, and he's laid out. He's laid out. And they're like, oh, tell us, like, what's going on? I said, oh, nothing. I said he was a New Haven street legend. I said, my daddy famous, show. Famous. So yeah, have you looked at his Wikipedia page? Look him up, Joe Comfort. First line, a New Haven homeless man is a street legend. It's a goddamn opening line.
I've read his Wikipedia before.
I said I gotta update him, like, dead at 70.
The laughing. I can't.
So they're like, do you want to be there when the tubes are taken out? You have a choice. I said, oh no, I want to see all of it. So I was like, well, we're at Yale. I was like, is there like a place, like a viewing that I can see you guys do the operation and remove the organs? And a lady looked at me. I said, I want to see. She was like, unfortunately, you can't do that, but you can be there when we pause it. I said, okay, then I want to be there. They pull out the tube.
Wait, you wanted to see?
I did.
Okay.
I don't know why, just because I'm morbid, but I wanted to. So they're pulling out the breathing tube out of his throat. When that last little bit came out, I said, damn, you swallowed that shit like a champ. You relaxed your throat, Joseph. I said, that was mighty long. I don't know how long the tube was. When that shit came out, I said, well, goddamn. I must get my skills from my daddy.
Oh my God.
So now the breathing tube is out, and he's sitting there, and he's breathing on his own. So he was in a medically induced coma because he had no oxygen to the brain. There was no scan. There was no nothing. 45 minutes. This little skinny motherfucker sat there and breathed on his own.
For how long?
45 minutes. They said, they were like, it's going to happen either quick, but if it takes too long, you know, we might have to bring it back to the room. I'm looking at it and I'm going, it's okay, you can die. Like, we here with you. Like, you're going to help other people. Like, they're going to get your intestines. Like, I'm trying to help him pass in comfort knowing he's going to give life and help to other people.
Yeah.
And this mofo over here still breathing. So then I start saying, after a half an hour mark, I was like, I'm going to start singing. Because you know you don't like my singing. Let it go.
This is the most unhinged conversation.
Donate all your organs. Let it go. Let it go. And he stopped breathing. And then everything went blank. And the doctors all stood up in the OR. And then he went and started breathing again. I said, this mother is dramatic as all hell.
Oh my God.
I can't make this shit up if I tried.
I am so grateful that you took a video of that, because that is probably the most unhinged dark humor story I have ever heard in my entire life. Not you, not you cracking. Like, let's be honest. As she's telling this story, this is actually a quite traumatic story. Like, this is quite intense. Like, anybody else saw that, this would be like something that we just saw it. We don't talk about it. Your cousin over here is like a goddamn comedian telling the story as if it was the funniest thing she's ever seen in her entire life. Honestly, I wish I was this good at telling stories. I wish. This sounds like a story that was told over a cigarette and like 4 beers, you know? I can be this good at telling stories after I've had like maybe 3 beers. Sorry, I didn't mean to laugh. Meanwhile, she's doing stand-up. No, she's literally doing a stand-up routine. Like, I swear to God. She's taking something so unbelievably dark and making it probably the funniest thing I've ever heard. That's a smoke combo. I swear to God. I swear, I know a smoke combo when I hear one. I don't even need to see it. I know that woman has a cigarette in her hand and a beer in the other one. Hilarious. Those are some TikToks that gave me secondhand embarrassment, but I low-key kind of liked them. Like, I like them. I'm okay with being embarrassed a little bit. Subscribe!